a seat, gentlemen. There should be a microphone there, or if not, we've got one here. Jeff, if you move that mic up, and then we can move a mic up. John, it's like this one. Yeah, there you go. There we go. I suppose we'd better start with Billy. Billy, you stepped into Asia at John's request, because John was too ill to actually do the final tour that Asia had booked. I don't want to oversimplify this, but this has got to be one of the hardest gigs that you've got to go into, replacing someone in that sense, and knowing that how ill that they are. I mean, was that the case for you? I mean, how did you approach it?
It was very much like when Chris asked me to do Yes.
Yeah.
It felt, all the emotions kind of came back, that same thing, feeling incredibly sad that John couldn't do it. He was such a lovely guy, and to know he couldn't do it, but by the same token, he wanted it to continue, just like Chris did. Is a testament to who he is and how much he loved music and wanted his band to go forward. So for that, I immediately said yes to it, and playing live with the band was amazing. And there were times where I would feel incredibly sad and guilty for standing in that spot, and then there were times where I felt incredibly joyful to be able to do it for him. There was one evening we played "Smile Has Left Your Eyes," and the last two lines I just couldn't get it out. Yeah. Jeff looked at me like, "Why aren't you singing this?" I just had to turn and walk away, But all those things said, it's an honor to do so, and I hope there's more of it to come, because the music is timeless. And again, that's what John, really wanted, was Asia to continue. So hopefully we see more of it.
Well, I do hope so. And of course, whatever Asia does continue, John continues. That's the great thing. Martin, you worked with John on some projects. I mean, how did you meet John, first of all?
Oh, I met John. UK were Toll support band for a couple of tours, and I don't need to tell anybody how phenomenal that band was. We were just mesmerised by every aspect of their musicianship and their playing. But we got to know each other pretty good on the tour, and during that tour, John actually came up to me and said, "Look, I want you to do the next UK album." And I thought, no, I don't think so, because the last one was Alan Holdsworth. I thought, wrong person.
Yeah.
But he was so nice, and it didn't happen. But John phoned me sort of a few months down the line and said, "I'd like you to do my solo album." And of course, I agreed to do that, and I went to Phil Manzanera's studio in Surrey, a beautiful Art Deco house, and John was there with an engineer, and I walked in sort of 9 o'clock in the morning, set my gear up, said, "Right, what should I do?" And I said, "Well, what do you want to drink?" "Oh yeah, I'll have a coffee, that'll help." I said, "Well, anything else? What about some red wine?" I said, "Really? Drinking in the studio? I mean, with Tull, that would be like, you'd be shot." So yeah, bottle of red wine, why not? So from that point onwards, and they were in the control room, I could see them, they were just jumping around, having fun. And I thought, that this is a rebirth of what music should be about. They just had we had such an amazing day. They just made it fun, and from that minute onwards, I loved him.
Different way of working.
Yeah, the right way of working.
Yes, absolutely. Johnny, I know you worked with John a lot over the years on albums, in Quango alongside Carl as well. And I think you played in Asia when Jeff was working with Greg Lake, oddly enough, and I think you did some gigs in Germany. So what are your thoughts on John? I mean, obviously he liked working with you as well.
Well, for me it was kind of, because I came up just behind all this stuff. He was if I may use the word, icon to me in terms of what he could do and his abilities. And I always remember that I was in the MTV band in London, and John came on as a guest, and so he sang a song, and I played behind him, but I didn't speak to him. And then somebody called me the following week and said, "John Young?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You heard of Asia?" I said, "Yeah, of course I have." He said, "You start Monday." and that was so that was my introduction to it. And I mean, I love Jeff. We're old friends. We're really old friends. But the thing for me that always sticks in my head with this, there's a couple of things I'd like to say, is that I remember a sound check with John, and I was walking down the theatre, and John was at the bottom, and he started dabbing bass pedals like this, just checking that the Taurus pedals were working. And then at the same time, he started playing this really difficult lick on the bass guitar while he's dabbing the bass pedals. And then he started having a conversation with one of the road crew. And I just looked at this and went, you know what? You'll never be able to do that. Man was a genius, absolute genius. And I tend to find that the second thing that I would like to say, which I think you people should know in terms of who's here, is that John, you know, most geniuses have their, you know, the dark sides as well, and John definitely did have that. But he would never have made so much music, from my time anyway, without the support of some wonderful people. And I have to say, Jeff Downs,
thank you.
Martin Darville, Beata and son Dylan. I mean, I think all these people, this is in my time, so this is all I can refer to. But these people stood by John through thick and thin, and there is no way we would have so much wonderful music from the man without these guys. So I have to say thank you to them as well.
Well,
And
listen,
also-
as I said, I mean, I've really got to pull this to... Oh, go on, Jeff.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you've ever checked out the songs that John wrote with John Young, there's some beautiful music there as well. So thank you, John. Thank you.
Guys, I hate to do this, we really do have to move on, but we have got a special treatment. We've got some musicians who are also huge John Wetton fans, and they're going to play a song for you. So we'd like to bring them on stage now. We have a really nice tribute to John musically, and it's going to be led by Dave Kersner.